everybody.
Hey guys.
This is MaJeliv India. We're the Vasquez family. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Jemmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we are going to be reacting / mainly reviewing 12th Fail. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down our thoughts on 12th Fail, the movie. We saw it a couple weeks ago now, I think 2-3 weeks ago from when we're watching this. This was supposed to be part 2 of our reaction. We initially wanted to give you a part 1 and part 2 of our reactions, the way we've been doing them. But today we're going to be doing something a little different and kind of transitioning into how our reviews are going to be moving forward with Indian cinema so that we can get more videos out your way. And that is to emphasize more our commentary and our review segment of our videos. We've run into a lot of issues when it comes to copyright and just, spending a lot of time editing and then to put it on YouTube to find out that it gets copyright claims. It's just been very frustrating, quite frankly. And frustrating, yes, because obviously we spent all that time, but more than anything that we just can't have it out for you guys, because you guys have been waiting so patiently. So of course the uncut watch along that we have to 12th Fail will be available on our Patreon, so you guys can check that out if you're interested. But yeah, so today, we'll have, in this video, we'll have a little bit like the really highlighted moments of the ending of this movie because of how great it was. Not nearly as much, again, as we usually show you guys, but just enough so that you guys have an idea of what parts we're reacting to. Those really emotional parts in the movie, because the ending is just phenomenal. So we're going to show you that because we just had to share that with all of you. But again, if you want to have our full reaction, you guys can have access to that on Patreon. So anyway, we're going to jump on in. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's finish 12th Fail.
I love you. अब जाओ, पलट दो दुनिया.
Oh man.
If you didn't have fire before,
Yeah.
let me tell you, dude.
Yeah.
एक का जीत होगा ना करोड़ों भेड़ बकरियों का जीत
Yeah.
जाओ तू अभी के अभी सामान शिफ्ट करो
That's a brother, man.
तुम टीवी पे रिपोर्टर बन जाओ ना.
मनोज टीवी पे
Oh, look at that.
That's what he wants to do, right? That's what he always said he wanted to do.
Yes.
Oh my
Do
god.
that. You got it.
That's really great.
Oh, that's right, the note.
You heard the ringing stopped?
मैं सारी जिंदगी तुम्हारे साथ बिताना चाहती हूँ. Will you marry me, मनोज?
Oh my. Ah.
नहीं होगा तो साथ में आटा चक्की चला लें. Okay?
She's incredible, man. Okay, dude.
Oh man.
What they put in your
everyone's
coffee?
so Nice.
My God, that's
my
a lot
goodness.
of people.
People indeed.
Man, the suspense is real.
Yeah, man. Where's he at? Oh, he's right there. He's right there.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
My friend is an IPS topper मनोज कुमार शर्मा मनोज IPS बन गया
Oh my god.
Yes.
मनोज IPS
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Oh, dude.
चौहान से बोलने की उसने एक IPS के बाप से पंगा लो
All my glasses are fogging up. Oh, it's amazing, dude. So amazing.
Oh man.
सर
Oh my goodness.
शाबाश
This movie, man. Jeez Louise. Wow.
Man.
Oh, video Minaj Chopra, man.
I love the way that guy was dancing at the end.
What?
Ah,
Gosh.
Well, I have a new favorite Indian movie.
Yeah, this tops. This is
This
the
is
best.
easily the number one. It's going to be hard to beat for a long time because it's based on a true story.
And that says a lot because the other movies we've seen. have
Oh
been
no,
fantastic.
this was absolutely. It was so raw. It was so honest, and then it just cinematically it was near perfect. I mean, I would say perfect. I can't even think of anything that was flawed at all.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a 10 out of 10. This is
And it's not, of course, it's not to take away from what we've seen. I think, if anything,
absolutely,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
to.
for sure.
I think this story,
it's just
it's
the message,
one that you
man.
can truly take something away from it and be inspired, to be moved, to take in the reality of what it is to pursue something, to truly, honestly, go after something, and to be bold and to just do what you can.
Yeah.
To be a lamppost, to not count yourself out. You know, I think it's masterful in that way, that this story can inspire so many, that no matter where you are, honesty is the way that we make the world a better place.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I think, like you guys said, the fact that it's a true story too just makes it even more powerful, because it's like, yes, it can be done.
Wait,
bless
bless
you.
you.
That's you.
Scared me.
Sorry.
That it can be done. That just to have this person and really follow his example of, whether it can be for anything. You can truly apply this to any moment in your life of, feeling like you're always failing, or that all hope is lost. It's the whole restarting thing, and I loved that. I loved it so much. It's just beautiful, like the unity with the family, with the friendships, just what honesty can truly do. And sometimes it feels very hard, because sometimes the truth hurts for some people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it heals. It also heals.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to just cover up something that needs true healing.
Right.
So, man, what a movie.
Yeah, man. No, it's
So my mom warned us that we would be not just crying, but
Fountains.
reaching for air. And that
I know,
moment
yeah.
when he just collapses to the ground, it's just such a great exhale. Like, what a task.
Doesn't feel like we're watching actors.
No.
It felt like we were a fly on the
on the wall.
of their life.
Yeah.
Like a real feeling and emotion moment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie that stirs you with inspiration.
To the
Just such
max. I mean, there were so many obstacles. He had so many moments where he could have just decided, and it's not even just settling. I mean, and you think about the way it's set up over there. It's like you're not even given a choice because of where you come from, because of your family and the caste system, all of that. And so no one was gonna blame him if he stopped trying. It wasn't like people would have looked at him like,
Well,
oh,
that's
he was
what's-
settling.
That's what's normal, right?
Right,
Just
it's
stop.
normal, and he had everything trying to stopping him, and he just kept fighting. He kept fighting, and it's just, I mean, it's extremely inspiring.
Yeah.
And and to be able to go back, it's such a beautiful way to end the movie. For him to be able to go back to the person that, inspired him in that way and was honest.
Yeah.
It's that too. I think also is you never really know how you're going to impact people. And so it just comes full circle.
Like, you think about it, just that one night changed the complete course of somebody's life. It's like sometimes we feel like our words don't impact people, or the actions that we do feel unseen, or nobody would take anything from it. But you'd be surprised as to how much it can affect somebody, which is why everything you do should be intentional.
Right.
It's not like something to just waste your life away because you feel like you have no significance. It's like, no, bless you.
Yes, so
Well, you're
sorry.
Like
Sneezing
causing y'all to
tonight.
sneeze. Are y'all allergic to my commentary? or
No,
something? I'm so funny. But no, yeah, when it comes to you feeling insignificant or something, it's like you never know what you're truly capable of and what good you can bring to this world.
Yeah.
Whether it be inspiring others, working hard, and whatever level of art or things that you're passionate about, it can truly do good. And I love the whole message of the light of, how sometimes we see, it seems like street lamps are very insignificant, but then you feel like you remember that they're everywhere and they're always lighting the path for the different streets on the earth, and just doing the small things with great love and passion and perseverance.
It's beautifully said.
And it's so fascinating because even in the last interview, I mean, you saw it. It wasn't like he was really winning the room per se.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people that were kind of rooting for him were also more like, let's just give him a shot. So there's this level of like faith and hope that these people have to have. And you hear it in stories, even, about people, peers or mentors that just kind of gave the person coming up this chance, this hope and faith in them, to kind of, and obviously, MaJeliv's experienced on different levels with, what's his name? Was it Guadi? In the tea shop, his friend that
Brother
was
Guadi.
Brother Guadi, yeah, that,
What a character.
just like the faith and the constant support,
The support he had, yeah.
compared to, I think, his friend, Pandey, who like, his dad was putting all this pressure on him. That's not what he really wanted to do. It's, it's very similar to what we kind of saw in Three Idiots in that sense. That's not what he wanted to do.
Yeah, but the dad was also very much in a corrupt system.
Right. So it's
just a lot of poison.
Yeah.
And also the why. I think
why's
Manoj's
big.
why was so powerful that he was able to overcome everything. Like, all odds, because he had a greater purpose of serving his community, the future generations. It wasn't about him. It was about helping others. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
And
every time there was resistance, a fail, he would fail again. Then it was one of the first big turning points was when she tells him that she loves him. She said, "Turn the world upside down." And then he goes back to that guy, Naval, was it? Not Naval.
I believe so.
The guy who was already an officer.
Yeah.
And tells him, "You can't do it." And then I love how he put that phrase, "You can't do it," on the wall after everybody just corrals around him. And that's when Brother Guadi gives him a loan and says, "Look, stop working so much. Focus on studying." It's this power of love and persistence and this faith in him that people had because they could see that he was not going to give up.
yeah.
And that kind of resilience, it just inspires all this love and this beautiful energy of just pressing on and breaking through walls and breaking through barriers. And I mean, the impossible was made possible.
And that's true.
It's beautiful. No, that's it.
No, yeah, the true act of surrender too. At the end, when he does the interview, it's like, I love how he said that that's not his end goal. Like, that's not like, I become an IPS officer and that's it. It's like his why is so much greater than what he's even working towards, or what people think he's working towards, when what he's working towards is something greater. So it's also that act of surrendering too, where in some way you're gonna do what you're feeling called to do, and it's just trusting that. And
he reached for the stars. I mean, if you remember, he ended up becoming a rank higher than what he was shooting for.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, the beauty and the power of having faith and having hope,
And support people that.
and right, and the support. It's just, my gosh.
I'm just remembering the way he's eating food when he's so hungry. Everything he went through, it's just, it takes a family, it takes friends, it takes so much faith so that you can press on and just keep going.
And work, man. It's so much work. Yeah.
I can only imagine how this movie must have landed to so many of the people in India who must feel stuck, who feel cornered into a small village. I'm sure this stirred the spirit of people and giving them a hope and a motivation and hopefully inspiration.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so. I know that this like, I need to go back to this movie and write some phrases down. Put that. What is that? I will not accept defeat. I will not be beat, or something like that. That whole little poem is just so powerful.
Yeah.
Those are things to say out loud to ourselves, because we, especially in the kind of work that we do, nothing. I mean, it's a very different thing. I'm not trying to put us on the same level. This is a very different thing. But it is. We do experience resistance, and so it's being able to press on beyond that resistance. And
I mean, I think everyone that has a deep, innate like desire and goal and dream and vision that's just like burning inside them. I think there's always going to be obstacles, and also as we saw, there's a lot of work, and it just shows like, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to truly achieve that, and then obviously it's worth it once you get there.
This is fantastic.
But,
And also, you could just feel also like that moment where he stepped into the sunlight during the interview and he reads the note. He doesn't feel the weight of the past, everything that he's done.
right.
When he started focusing on what's to come, a faith and a trust in what is next, as opposed to what's depending on him, what he needs to do to survive, to help the ones that he loves.
Yeah.
He surrenders all of it, and he does the interview as he was meant to do. And I mean, everyone is taken care of. Everyone in his family, the herd, you feel their victory, you feel their win.
Yeah.
And you feel a part of the celebration as well. It's just it's amazing, and I think oftentimes we have to have a faith of what's to come, and to fight for that, to live for that. So when he hears the I love yous and he's not worried about what's come before, then the rest is history. So
It's also
it's beautiful.
Go for it, Jimmy. You can go.
Oh,
with some
no,
of
that
that
I feel
too.
like too that it's so easy to get caught up in the past of, certain struggles or certain doubts that start to creep back into your head. So it's powerful to see. I loved what they did every single time when something bad happened, even like with the friend. They always thanked them for letting that happen. It's like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Yep.
It's like constantly thanking the past because I'm in the present now. It's almost like accepting it and finding gratitude in it, but also letting it go. It's like you're not letting it hold you back. I mean, like, if you can truly allow yourself to be just present in the moment, you can truly just keep moving forward. And I feel like we tend to do that a lot, like with either the traumas that we've had in the past or things that we feel like are holding us back, lies of that, you're still where you were back then. It's like, no, that's not true. It's like you're here because of what happened back then. It's just this constant thing of appreciating the past, recognizing the past, and appreciating your present. So it's just so inspiring. I just loved how they always faced that with gratitude. It was never like a grudge. It was never regret. It was just gratitude. I was like, it was so just like, I was just in awe just seeing that. It was so beautiful.
And they're restarting from where they are, from what they've learned. They're not restarting by going back, in their state of mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
There's so much to take from
incredible.
this.
I mean, another thing I thought about was, and we talked about it a little bit, Brother Guardi having to shake him out of like having to work all the time. But I also think that came from this tendency from his family to like just kind of, bow their head and kind of just like submit to like the corruption. And even that scene with his dad, like his dad feeling like he needed to compromise himself and his honesty and his heart and his noble spirit just to make ends meet. And when you put in that position, like it makes sense why he feels that way, because again, when the darkness is creeping in all corners, what else do you do, and also because again, the system and all of it over there is set up so that's exactly what they do. You stay there, you stay that way. And so but I just think the fact that his son Manoj was there to remind him, and you even see it throughout the whole movie, Manoj and the people around him, there's a certain spirit and like, oh God, just the passion with the way that they spoke to people and the way that he stood up for his dad. It's just something that you don't get a lot of. And so there was just something about their heart, about their spirit, that truly made them stand out. That's extremely, extremely powerful. Their perseverance, like you were saying, I think, Mom, their resilience and the yeah, the courage to endure all that. It's just, man, what a movie. What a movie.
One of those sweet moments was when he read that letter and she basically proposes to. She doesn't basically. She proposes to him. The unconditional love that she has for him, I think, made him feel just assured that the outcome of this interview is not everything. It's not everything. As hard as I've worked, I have great friends. I have the love of my life. She's declared herself to me no matter what happens. And then I love how she tells him, look, we'll work the flour mill together. I mean, unconditional love is powerful. Powerful. And it's not just from her. It's all of... Again, I go back to that same thing because, you know, in the very beginning, he loses all of his grandmother's savings, all of it. And he's left with nothing. Literally nothing. Only the clothes on his body. And then he makes a friend who's willing to give him food. And then the rest is just history. It becomes... He is as rich as the people that surround him, you know, and I think that you were hinting at this, Jemmy. It's not only the person who's on the journey, but I think we're all called to be the brother Gowdy for someone, the Shadras for someone. You know, we're meant to be those pillars that hold someone up. You know, and I think that's a very important call to answer, and I'm taking that very personally. You know, there's I have my own dreams and desires and hopes, but I know there's other people that I can inspire and help along their way. And like, I love the character of Brother Gowdy because although he never got to reach that level, he was able to help him, and he had such a faith that he would be the one that would bring the whole herd of villagers that are dreaming and hoping for a rise in the caste system, right? To rise out of their poverty, and it paid off because he believed and he gave. It's just beautiful. I'm rambling now, but I'm so moved. I'm so impressed. I think every nation should watch this movie. Every person.
Yeah.
It's such a human story. It's a beautiful story. And I think it surpasses the Indian cinema. I think it's, you know, we talk a lot about, at least I do, I talk a lot about the letter of artists and how
that's how
art...
I felt. Sorry, keep going.
No, it's okay. No.
That's how I felt after Three Idiots. The sense of universal themes of like, it's just something that everyone, like a lot of people can relate to. But you're gonna say that about...
Yeah, no, I think the most powerful art is that art that lands on the soul and it shakes you awake. And it reminds you of what's beautiful and true of humanity and what's possible with love and faith. And it's just, it's so good.
Ultimately, to give you hope,
Yep.
and the people of India specifically hope, you know, no matter where you're at, that there is a way. There is a way, no matter whether or not you've, you know, if you failed 12th grade or not, there is a way.
So we're so grateful this movie was made, the story was told, of course, but ultimately, you know, we're just grateful that this event happened in Manoj's life, you know, and so here we are being moved by it. We're not going to be the same people after this movie. We cannot be. And that's the whole point. We need to turn around and apply what we've learned.
Absolutely. Amen to that, man.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for again recommending this movie and for being patient with us. In the meantime, again, that really means a lot, your support and just again patience and just wanting to see our reactions. We just always have to connect with all of you. So yes, those are our thoughts, our reflections on the movie. We definitely want to hear what you thought of this movie, what it meant to you, how you felt when you watched it, what moments stood out to you, what characters maybe resonated with you, and what are maybe some themes and takeaways that you're taking from this movie.
Maybe something you hope to be, someone you strive to become, or someone you look up to. Things like that, you know, it's good to share them and to encourage each other. So you could do that down there as well if you'd like.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe you want to be an IPS officer or a TV reporter like Pandu, whatever it is, you know, everyone has that desire and that dream, that calling that they have. that they feel deep inside them. So yeah, we just definitely want to connect with all of you in the comments. So meet us down there. And remember, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you guys are watching an edited version of our reaction. If you want to have access to our full uncut watch along to this movie and to any future uncut watch alongs that we do to Indian cinema films, you guys can have access to those by becoming a member of this channel by joining our Patreon with the link in the description of this content above. So you guys can check that out. You'll have access to those uncut watch alongs. And we've done some in the past and we'll continue to do more in the future. But regardless, you guys being here today means a lot to us. So thank you. Go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.